Hi Aries, welcome to your October 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. So without further ado, let's get into your month of October. But before that, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your month ahead, for your actions and interactions with the world at large, Aries, what is going on for your month ahead? And you get the Four of Wands. This is fantastic. So not only is this going to be a month of good news for you, but it also suggests that this is about you making your own luck, right? In a lot of ways, this is about celebration, it's about get-togethers, etc. And because you've got the Four of Wands, this is about you seeking out the good in your life. I think this is going to be a month where you are really taking action, regardless of what's happening out in the world, regardless of what planet is retrograde. This is about you really focusing on not only yourself, but also the foundations of your life, like the interpersonal connections. I think this is going to be a month as well where you are seeking out all of the good things in your life, where you're effectively making time for the good in your life, right? Where you're saying to yourself, you know what, it is what I make it, so I'm going to make it the best that it can be. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your communications and conversations, you have the Page of Pentacles. So there's going to be a lot of talks about money, finances, and work this month. I will say as well, because you've got the Four of Wands here, for some of you, you might be celebrating a birth or a pregnancy. It's more likely to be a birth this month. Like, so somebody that is finally having their baby after a while. There's just some really good news on that front when it comes to children this month. If you already have children, this could be something that happens with your child that there is for you to celebrate. So this is great. Maybe they get an accolade, maybe they pass a test, maybe they get into the uni of their choice, all of that kind of good stuff. Now, for your communications, the Page of Pentacles is basically going to see you focusing on your own purpose this month, right? So you might have some opportunities that come up this month when it comes to work, when it comes to the profession, but it's going to see you really taking stock of those and saying, okay, this opportunity has presented itself, which is amazing. What I really need to know, what I really need to understand is, does this feel like it feeds directly into my purpose? And I think that's a really good question to ask yourself, because it's honest, right? So this month, when it comes to communications, I think they're going to be easy. I do think this is going to be a very black and white month when it comes to communication, because the Page of Pentacles, there's kind of no, it's not an in-between card, right? There are cards that are, you know, kind of a bit ambivalent or a bit ambiguous, whereas this card tends to be very, you know, anything that comes up with Pentacles, it's clear cut. So this month, the communication has that kind of energy within it as well. For your love and relations, you've got the Fool card. New things, places, people, and energies are making their way into your life this month. You've got this right next to the Page of Pentacles. So you're definitely hearing about a birth this month. Definitely hearing some really good news about children, which is phenomenal. For those of you that are hoping to meet somebody, this could be a great month. It's the Fool card. It does ask you to jump in with both feet. And because this card falls right next to the Page of Pentacles, it's very likely that the person that you are connecting with or interacting with is likely to be younger than you. So very interesting, right? When it comes to those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term relationships, the big question this month is, how do you refresh it? How do you revive it? How do you take the connection that you have with your significant other and move it into a different realm of possibility or understanding? I really like this as well. I mean, I love the Fool card energy anyway, because it's kind of like a cosmic reset. And it's usually not in a way that's kind of like, you know, it's not like the Tower. The Fool card tends to have a bit more of a a bit more of a beneficial energy about it. All right, for your money and materials, you have the Four of Swords. So this month, some of you could be planning a vacay, right? Some of you could be planning some sort of travel. I mean, it is the Four of Swords, so I will say this: if you've got any plans for like a big purchase, I would wait until the end of the month, and if you can, probably well into next month. And that's not just because of the retrograde, it's because the Four of Swords really asks you to take stock of something, right? And because you've got this in your finance sector, when it comes to money, finances, resources, you're going to be talking about these things anyway. So this month it would probably be quite prudent of you to allay some sort of financial commitment or big financial commitment. All right, so let's have a look at the weeks of your month. When it comes to your health and vitality as well, the Four of Swords very often asks you to take a break. So planning a vacay or some form of a holiday would be good this month. You got two fours in the same row. Two fours represents the energy of insomnia. So this month you might find that sleep is a little bit elusive, and if that is the case, put something in place where you can get that time back, even if you're not necessarily sleeping, but just taking time to actually rest. Your first week of the month, you have the Death card, right? So when the Death card shows up with the Four of Wands, this is a very interesting fact. When the Death card shows up as the Four of Wands, this is Tarot's way of saying if somebody is passing, it will be a celebration of their lives rather than like a commiseration or like a mourning a loss. Usually if that combination shows up, this is somebody that has either been very sick for a long time and now they're out with pain, or another way that this could show up on that same level is that this is somebody that's reached a really, properly ripe old age of 98, 99, etc. Even, anything above 85, as far as I'm concerned, is a bloody good innings, and that's not to say that, once you reach 85, it doesn't matter if you die. It's always sad to lose someone. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective on death. I don't buy into it in the way that we've been sold it. I see death as a very different thing to the way that most people do. That's because of some of my own experiences. Now, that being said, on a more personal level, this could literally be the end of some challenging situation and you celebrating it. So this could, for some of you, could be paying off a debt this month. For some of you, you could have a debt forgiven. This is good news that makes its way to you about something that is coming to an end. For your second week of the month, you have the Strength card. It's the Strength card with the Page of Pentacles. So not only are you delving into what your purpose now is, or what there's a renewed sense of purpose this month. And it's not driven by profit. It's not driven by, it's not driven by profit. It's not driven by the status that is provided by your career. It's being driven by your heart space. Like, this could be a month where you're having conversations with people, especially in this second week, where somebody says something to you and you're like, yeah, you know what, that's what I feel like I'm here to do. Or this is, whatever I'm doing now is feeding directly into where I choose to go. This is about you understanding your purpose on a much more visceral level and really finding out or redefining what you love to do, what you enjoy to do. There's something this month where through your conversations, yes, you'll be talking about money, finances and stuff, but I get the feeling that you're talking about them strictly from the point of view of what would I like to do to earn money from now on. I think there's going to be a lot of job changes over I know here in the UK, furlough ends at the end of this month. So, and I'm filming these in September. So it's very, very interesting to see this come up. All right, for your third week of the month, as we come into Libra season, so your direct or opposite in the zodiac, you have the Star card coupled with the Fool. This is a lot of Aquarian energy, especially in your love sector. For some of you, this could be a reconnection with an old flame or an old friend that was, maybe once more than a friend. Very possible. You've got the Fool card coupled with the Star. This is something to do with the technological realm, right? So this could be a new website. It could be a new digital product. If you're planning to release anything like that, this third week of the month could be very good. When it comes to relationships, partnerships, if you're married, this is wonderful. And I have to say, for those of you that are married or in long-term commitments, this could be a great month for you to conceive or to have children. You know, and that third week of the month, in a lot of ways, for those of you that are single, it's going to be through the people that you know that you are likely to meet somebody that, you know, could end up meaning something quite special to you. And then for your fourth week of the month, you have the World card with the Four of Swords. So that is definitely some sort of community energy and vibe. You've got the World card next to the Star card. For a lot of you, the end of the month could see you having talks or conversations about traveling abroad, maybe having somebody come and visit you from abroad. The reason I say that, because the Star card coupled with the World card, and especially with the Fool and the Four of Swords, that could literally be a long distance flight of some sort. So I wonder if this is showing up for you in that way, whether you're visiting someone or someone's visiting you. When it comes to your money, finances and resources, the World card takes you to a new level. You couple that with the Four of Swords. There's a few things. The first one, I want you to consider that the grass isn't always greener this month, all right? So when it comes to your money and your finances, like I said, no big purchases. That being said, there is something that's whispering to me at the moment, and I wonder if this is a month where some sort of finance or advancement in your finances shows up for you, and it's almost like you don't really have to do anything for it. You know, certainly not in the immediate term or to bring it in. It's kind of like whatever it is that improves in your finances, you've already done the hard work for it. All right, so this is where it shows up for you in some way, shape or form. Okay, for your new moon message, the new moon in Libra, you have the gate 9 and small details. And what this usually says to me is, by paying attention to the process of refinement, this new moon is really trying to show you where you can neaten things up, and it would be a really good time to start the process of refining something in your life, whether this is your diet, whether it's your handwriting, you know, how tidy your handwriting is. No matter how big, how small or how fundamental, the new moon is asking you to tap into that energy of refinement. And then finally, the full moon is the gate 58 and joy. Look, isn't that such a beautiful card? The full moon that's going to take place in the sign of Aries, I believe. So your sign, right? How exciting is that? The full moon is really putting a spotlight on you, and it's asking you to enjoy your life, to tap into your joy, to find your bliss, to follow your bliss. All of those sort of wonderful cliches about living a happier life can be possible for you this month. I kind of feel from this month, the message of all of these cards overall is to ease into it. Don't force anything because you don't have to. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.